This is our third episode of Ghost Hunting, but it's our second in the house investigation. But we've switched it up again. We're doing it in the afternoon. What time is it now, you know?
Just after half two.
Just after half two.
Yeah, this is the time that we usually do. So
But we're normally...
always catch our stuff around this time. So we decided to, do it today. I'm near sure. Yes, my phone's on silent. Doors and windows are locked. Dogs out the front. No one's in the house. It's just us. So I've added skeet. Put out that veggie before.
Suppose we'll begin in here then. Tripod improvisation right there.
There you go.
Right, come over here. Get over here.
I'm kidding. Your introductory skills are amazing.
Alright, so we are in the kitchen. Third episode of Ghost Hunting. Is there anybody in here?
Let's work outside if that's picked up.
If you're in here, can you make a noise?
Why during the day? We've only ever caught like 3 things at night time. And that was you being called, the scratching that we heard in here, and the 2 bangs that we heard in the living room. But everything else that was seemed to capture, all the footsteps, all the...
2 bangs in the living room?
Yeah, what's the first episode of Ghost Hunting? You'll see what I'm talking about. But
if you notice at this time, Matt and David turn around, look in the same direction as they hear a noise followed after. They reviewed the digital recorder and found some more noises, so they're going to hire up the audio input to digital recorder's EVP and let you listen to it for yourself.
But it's all the footsteps, the char dragging, everything has happened during the day, which is really weird because usually it happens during the night. So why during the day and why not at night?
Move on.
Yeah. Doggy. You've been there for like 5 minutes. No way they're hot.
Alright. So now we're in the living room. Third episode of Ghost Hunting. Is there anybody in here? Is that a plane? So we thought that we'll caught a shadow figure across this wall. Was that you? If you're in here, can you make a noise? Can you do something different for us that you've never done before? Well, the next thing that we do our investigation that we aren't here, we want you to do something different for us so that we'll know that you really can hear us and know what we're on about.
Tell them to move something.
What?
Tell them to move something. And not right now, I mean the next time we're doing, do you know the types of investigations where we leave? I'm going to move like that there. Let's see this. See me move this, right? That wasn't that much of a movement, and you can hear it. You see? So it makes quite a lot of noise for a little movement.
Yeah.
But it's for obviously. We see.
Okay, now here's what we're going to do.
The darkness.
2 minutes. Alright, if you can hear us right now, we're going to leave, this isn't recording by the way, we're going to leave this camera in here for 2 or 3 minutes. We're going to do an investigation, our little recording in the dining room, but we're going to move the one room up the stairs. We're going to go down and get the camera. We want you to, even, that doesn't have to make a noise, as long as the camera can pick up movement from it. Or even make a noise that the camera can pick up the audio. So. And we're going to close the door as well, so no shadows will be caught.
For over 5 minutes, Matt and David left this camera recording shooting at these tools, and they did not capture any unexplained reflections, sounds, or anything out of the ordinary.
So we're in the dining room. We've just left our camera in
I'll get this out.
the living room. Is there anybody in here? That's me on the chair. You know, this is the chair that we think get dragged. Not once, but twice within a couple of seconds. The first one was kind of like, and then like that. And was it right before, or the right after that we got the female moan as well?
But we also, there was one time that we had actually left the camera and the digital recorder down here, and it was really, we were doing it for the digital recorder. The only reason why we left the camera down here was to show that we didn't actually come down at any stage and interfere or anything. But what it actually did,
have that recording.
yeah, what it actually sounded like was.
Tell me to record this as you.
Yeah. What it actually sounded was, it sounded like it came from here because we had left the digital recorder sitting like right there on that counter.
With the camera right beside it.
Yeah, the camera's right beside it, but the camera could pick up the reflection. So the camera would pick up the reflection if anybody came in.
And you can see there's the door, and you would have been able
we
to.
also had the camera over here at one stage. But what it actually sounded like, let's see if we just stand here. What it actually sounded like was.
No, you need that there, right there.
Not that.
Because that's what there's a bit in that.
Yeah. Well, what it actually sounded was, it sounded like footsteps come from here. Like, you know, it wasn't, like say if I'm walking here crossing my feet, you know, with no shoes on, so I'm not really making that much of a noise. But this thing sounded like that across, and then came out towards the digital recorder, and you heard a slight movement in the chair as well.
If you, whenever we listen to it, it actually, right, so you got the footsteps and all, but I don't know why it sounded like he stopped and slid across, and you could hear the sliding of the, whatever that is, it's a fake leather, fake leather. So if that was you that, if that was you that, you know, moved in here, dragged the chair, let it be known. Move something, make something fall, even if it's later on tonight. Make a noise at 2:33, 2:32. Turn on the hall light again. Call my name. Do whatever you want to let us know that you're here. Because see, to be honest right now, I'm just not even scared of it anymore. I used to be petrified. You know it, like, remember? We have got an important announcement to make. There's a place, you can Google it. The link for the website will be in the description. It's called the Crumlin Road Jail. It's over here in Belfast, and they do paranormal tours, but you have to be 18 or over. So I emailed one of the nice people from there. He's called John. Told him about our Rising Sun Panorama group, our YouTube channel, gave him a link to the first episode, asked him could we be locked down with a tour guide overnight for a couple of hours, and he says yes, just get back with the dates and times and we'll give you the price. So sometime over the summer we'll hopefully have a video up of it.
It will only be us going. I'm going to, like, even if they wanted to, it's overnight. There's going to be, obviously there's going to be one of the
guides
there, but there's not going to be any more people from the public there with us. So that's something like it. But so we will be doing a jail of some sort, and once we start getting like the big massive equipment, you know, the
PX device
and all that, like all proper infrared stuff,
yeah,
we will be going and doing Belfast Castle.
Yeah.
Which people did that about a month or two ago.
Yeah, it's on the radio that they were getting locked down. It was a paranormal group of 5 or 6.
So we're going, what we'll be doing is, hopefully during the summer we'll be going to a lot of touring the more haunted places of maybe Northern Ireland, and then after a while going down into the south. But that's the announcement that we had. And it's also good to see that you're not in school uniform. Because the very first episode you're in your
school uniform.
You're in your school uniform and you're sitting there in your wee shirt.
Now I'm going to take you up like a walkthrough of what happened last Saturday night.
This is a special thing of David's close encounter by himself.
Which was terrifying, which made me leave my house, stand outside for about 45 minutes before I had to spend the night at my friend's house.
He actually had to go to his friend's house to stay.
So I was sitting here, my mummy and her friend came, and I was,
By the way, just to let you know that those speakers are off.
Yeah, waddling about, and I was just doing my thing. Mummy says, right, we're way out, so I was the only one left in the house, so I came down the stairs. Or I left. I'm going to go get my coffee too. So I left, and I was just casually.
Oh. This is really blurry. Oh shit, it's really blurry.
What?
It's really blurry.
Yeah, if you wonder what that is, that's a.
That's it back now.
Okay.
Just whenever we walk out that door.
Alright, so just walking down the stairs, and you get a shot of the door. Get a shot of the door. Walking down the stairs and looked up, saw they were leaving, they were at the gate. So I turned and in here, looking for food, of course. And then, can you operate both cameras for me? Make it easier. So pretty much what I heard was, but it sounded very distant. So I turned, looked up there, and walked towards the window, saw that there was nobody there, turned round, and this is what I saw. So you can picture me turning around, and it was pitch dark at night at the back.
This is what he saw then.
Somebody walking away and turning around here.
Do it again. Right, as you can see, we're closing this door, right?
Yeah.
It's not the whole.
Yes, I forgot to actually edit it in the part. You see him closing the door, and I open it again and look in, and then I walk away and I leave it open. So that has been, what do you call that word? Debunked.
Alright, so ready? This is just shooting out here while we're upstairs.
Yep, will I close this door? Leave it open. Alright, so head back up the stairs. Well, we'll investigate in here. We never did it in there, and I've heard stuff. No. This door's closed. I did this door closed. So documented. No one else is in the house. These drawers are open a little bit for some reason. Matthew, like like do you ever see the kitchen doors are open like a wee slight bit?
The second one?
Second and third. Right, get off that. I was just checking. Right, what are we investigating?
This is your show. I'm cameraman. I
Right.
go wherever.
I'm sick, man. Okay, so now we are going to investigate box room.
You're going to have to close the curtains.
That's fine.
Because I can't. That light kills me.
Well, that does nothing like that.
Right. Really big. So,
No, but I think it's fine. I like this. See, whenever you were in this room, did you ever wake up and use a digital recorder?
no.
No. Alright, so we are in the box room. So if there's any spirits in here,
That was David moving the bed.
yeah, because something with fighting to protect. Then you know that Matthew stay in this room after he came back. And he says that he would sometimes wake up in a state of terror and he didn't know why. Are you the cause of this terror? And who are you?
Just like to point out, I heard a noise.
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard too.
I don't know what it was. I heard a random noise. It just sounded out of the blue.
Can you make a noise? Come on, make another noise. Come on, make another noise, even if it's speaking in the digital recorder that we can't hear until we go and review it. Alright, let's go see if we can find out. Do you want to do your room or... Because nothing really happens in my room. Ever.
I'm trying to leave my room alone for a while.
Although, I had the weirdest dream last night that I woke up to a strange noise within there and something just popped out at me and I was like, oh! Soon to be garage.
Where do you go?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to stop the recording in this because this one's now done. I'm going to turn it off like so. And I'm going to go get the other camera.
The other one?
One with flip camera from downstairs.
Well, why don't you take the footage off that, put it on my computer, and then so you can have more footage to record with.
I'm going to sit down beside the flip camera and just ask questions.
Okay.
I'm going to have to ask questions, but you're going to...
Okay, well, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to edit all it, so just stand there. So what are you going to do?
As you see, we've got the flip camera sitting on the tripod there. I'm just going to go down and sit beside the camera, just ask a few questions here and there. See if we catch anything. Right?
Okay, well, I'm going in here. The dog is out there, but he's not getting in. You go in there, and I'll go in here.
Go down and just close the door.
No, I'm closing this one, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so that door's closed. And... I'm closing this one.
Okay. As you can see, we are in the kitchen. It's around 3:15. We have this flip camera set up on the tripod pointing out towards the front door. The reason why we have in here is because one of the very first actually of the investigations that we did in my room, but we also did down here, and we caught a lot of stuff coming from down here. So it seems to be that the kitchen area and the hall is where we catch most of this stuff.
Okay, so this is the digital recording from the front garage, James's room, Grandpa's old room. Is there anybody in here? Really wish this room wasn't that noisy.
Just why here? Because it's a very weird place to capture all the stuff. Like you would expect out of the living room or the bedrooms, but we also captured a voice saying "me." Was that you that said that? We've heard some we've heard some footsteps, like high heels on wooden floor. Is that you walking out in the hall out there? Can you let us know where you're here? Can you say "me" again for us?
If you hear squeaking, that's me moving the headboard. If you just slide down a bit. People can see in. Is there anybody in here? Do you have any connection to this room? My throat. You know, a lot of the paranormal stuff started happening not that long ago. Have you just been asking, like, animals hibernating, or have you just recently arrived to the house? So, all of these nights that I heard bangs coming from in here and noises inside the toilet. Who was that?
I'm about to turn this off. Can you make one noise for me, please? Just anything. We'll go see David.
I was always quite terrified about as they opening the bathroom door. I was always quite terrified about sleeping in here at night because right there's the back and this door was always closed. But at some points I would always feel safe. And it would change every night. Did you have an effect on that? That was me cracking the knee.
That was me.
That you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything? Did you hear anything were you heard of the blue?
Well,
Did you hear anything out of the blue?
I did not hear anything with my ears. Let's hope they will cause something.
Do you want to ask anything in here?
I've never heard and or caught anything here, so it's all you.
I really am. Whenever I was showering one day and I heard a woman call my name, so I thought it was Mum, and I doubt she wasn't in it, she hadn't been in for a while. Was that you? Pretty sure you can know about that, that's a dog barking.
I seen an our dog walking past.
I just made myself comfortable on the bed, so I did.
Is that you done?
Yeah. Alright, where to? I'll take the camera. Do you want to take this and follow?
Where are you going?
I'm just going to set this up in the living room.
3 seconds. Come here.
So, we asked you if we weren't going to be here during our investigation to move those fire tool things. And the reason we got the blinds closed is because we saw a shadow across the wall. So, if you could put your shadow across the wall again with the blinds closed so we know what's not an outside interference, or move one of them fire tool things, or even speak into the digital recorder. You know, just try and do it. Try and tell us who you are, why you're here, where do you spend your most time in the house. Because I just want to know, like, because you could just be walking about anywhere and there could be like a spirit or a ghost standing beside you, which is always weird to think about, but the other side I think is quite cool. To all the viewers out there who are probably sick of seeing us, whenever we're here we don't really capture that much, but we do whenever we're away, which is why we're trying to keep the investigations where we're actually away near the end of the season. So at the end of the season can go out with a big thing.
With a bang.
With a bang. With a bang. So we're just going to leave this recording for 5 minutes, and we're going to try to be as quiet as we can. Up the stairs. So I'll be down in a wee minute.
Dog was out.
I'm going up the stairs. I've had this up the stairs just to record up the stairs while we're down here. Where should have said it? It's facing out the door, so
one time I wasn't even here, was it?
Mm.
And they started hearing the noises and all that stuff, so, you know, turns out they didn't leave us to start with, and why.
Yeah, we got blamed for being noisy in the kitchen and turning the water tap on.
Yeah, when we both upstairs.
Yeah. They were like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Then I had to shout. And we both came down the stairs and then they were kind of like...
Yeah. That was like a couple of days ago. I heard a load of noises come from down here, and you come up, and I was like, the hell are you doing down there? And then it was like the day after, you come running up to me and like, what fell up here? And I was like, no.
Yeah, it sounded like, did you ever see that blue chair you were holding?
Yeah.
Had fell from the attic through to my floor.
See, the only thing,
Did you hear that?
I heard that. Yeah. That was my stomach.
I had that like a glass swirling round. That was your fucking stomach.
What's his name? Oh, the blue chair. Or the step thing. I had actually lifted it up and I was squashing my hands with it. Because it was closing the skin on my hands. I was like, I sit squashing my hands with it for about 15-20 minutes, and then you were come up, you're like, what's that noise? I was like,
yeah, because you said what was I doing, and I was like, because I didn't hear the noise that he heard coming from down here, and he didn't hear the noise I heard coming from up there. If that makes sense.
That makes sense.
But I didn't hear the noise that you heard down here, and didn't hear the noise I heard up there.
I didn't hear any noise at all. Like, I was hearing a lot of other noises, like little bangs and chimneys and whatnot coming from down here.
Did you hear any today? Because I was down here.
I was watching stuff on YouTube, so
What about the 232 and more on that?
I heard it a couple of nights ago. It was last week sometime or something like that.
Well, what is it that happens? I really want to come down here 232 and see.
I don't want to. It sounds like, I don't know exactly what happens, but you know the drain board out there, metal,
Yeah.
and then the thing that sits on metal, it sounds like that's been lifted up and dropped. I'm not lifted up massively, like say if this was the whole drain board, it sounds like it's
Yeah.
that.
What about the nights that I could put away? Did you ever hear it then? Remember when it was constant?
I kept on hearing it. I don't know if why that was the drain board or not, but I tried it one night and I was like, you know what, I'll stick a glass in it, because then that means if it is that, then it's lifted up and dropped, and there's a glass in it, that will make a distinct noise, and I did hear the glass, so I freaked out a bit. And there was one thing that really creeped me out beyond belief, and I didn't sleep for days. It was every night I was hearing this, and for the first while I thought it was only me that was hearing it. I was freaking out. I thought I was going crazy. And then one night I heard it, but it was really loud, because I was sleeping and it actually woke me up. I woke up, my heart was going like went on. I looked down and the dog was sitting looking at the door and his ears were pointing up and he's sitting up at that door. So I knew he had heard it too. So the next night I was like, maybe he heard something different from me. So I sat there and he was sitting at the edge of the bed and he was lying sleeping. And 232 came, heard it again, and as soon as I heard it, he was up again and his ears were up and pointing. So I was like, right, tomorrow night I'm going to open the door a bit so we can get a proper good hearing of it. And I opened the door. It was about 2:29 and I opened the door, and it came to around 2:30 and I started hearing scratching coming from downstairs, and then I heard a light switch being flicked, and then I heard whispers, and I was like, nope, under the blankets, not having any of it, like. It freaked me out so it did. But,
Do you remember you said that you sat at the bottom of my stairs?
oh yeah, that was a stupid idea.
Tell them about that.
That was my stomach again. It's just, I heard, there's every time that I wanted to hear, you know, to go out and listen to, you know, the 232 things happening. If I was to like open a door or something, I would always hear something before it. And light switches flicking, but this time it wasn't the light switch, because you know if you turn on the light switch out there, sweet, but if you turn on the immersion heaters, the house shakes with the noise, and I heard that turning on. I was sitting there, and I was like, right, okay, and then I heard it turn off, and then I heard a switch going on, but it was a lighter one, and then I seen the light going on. I was like,
The kitchen light going on.
kitchen light was going on. It was either the kitchen light or Joe's, you know, next door's light on their garage was like super bright and put in our back garden. But there's so much things that I heard that maybe I was just hearing them, maybe, but you know, none of them has seen. Or was it she thought I was in front of her? Walking down the stairs, and we were coming down the stairs, the door was closed and the house was in darkness except for the street lights out the front, and I was coming down the stairs and she was walking in front of me. She started talking to me, and she didn't know I was behind her, and so I started talking to her back, and then she realised she freaked out because she was in front of me, she was in front of me, but she thought I was in front of her because she seen something, and then when she realised that I was actually behind her, she freaked out because, well, so you freak out because all she could make out was the outline of something walking in the stairs with her.
And what about you in the bathroom?
Oh, freaked me out because you're trying to go to the bathroom, you're trying to go to the toilet, and in order to do your business.
Tell them about it.
I walked in, and what I do is I would go in, I'd turn on the light and lock the door, and I turned on the light and I turned to lock the door, and just out of the corner of my eye I looked in the mirror, and right behind me was just this big black mass thing. And it was in the shape of a person. You could tell it was a person. It was a big guy. I mean, easily 1.5 times the size of me.
Like, fat or built?
No, wide shoulders. Not really, you know, like, I don't know, I can't really see the muscles on him, like, in the definition of his abs, but his shoulders were wide, he was tall, and I freaked out, and as I turned around, you know, because I was like, and as I turned around to actually look what was there was nothing there, so I was kind of like, and then I realised that if he was still in there somewhere, then it says bad luck, 'cause I need to go number 2. You don't want to be in the same room with me when I'm doing that.